Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another AMA with Trust launch. And I'm really excited about this project that we're talking about today. Many of you have heard about it before. We're going to be talking to LockPay CEO Michael Bolduc and the new utility that they have just launched called Pay to Trade. So we're going to walk all through that. Again, if you're new, but before I get to that, if you're new to Trust Launch, this is a place where we bring serious investors to trustworthy projects with trustworthy dev teams so that we still got to do your own research, but we try to vet a lot of projects as best we can for you. So anyways, good that you're here, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in Michael. So, hey, Michael, how's it going? Great to see you.
Hey, man, it's good to see you too.
Fantastic. So, again, super thrilled that you're here and here to talk about Pay to Trade. Of course, there's so many things we could talk about. Of course, LockPay has had just a crazy ride. LockPay V2, but this is really like maybe the third chapter as you talked about Pay to Trade. So before maybe we get into the nuts and bolts of it, why did you even start this in the first place?
I don't know. I felt I owed the people who put their trust in me something because, as we all saw this bear market with the crypto, everybody, crashed 90%. So, I didn't want to let the project go because I think if you did, to be honest, if I did not add a utility, there's a strong chance that my project would have failed. And if there's another leg down with Bitcoin, I think a lot of projects will fail. So then it's really down to the owner to do something about it, right? And everybody wants to know, what is the owner going to do? So in the first, I didn't know what to do, but I did hear the message from the community, which are big fans of mine. And they said, look, you're a great trader. Maybe that should be the utility. And I said, that makes sense. I mean, I don't want to complicate it. My life is simple. I live a good life. I want to complicate it. So I said, that makes sense. I mean, I make my money from trading. So, and I done very well. I'm a multimillionaire and I can help others. So I was already doing that, but okay, let's put that as a utility. And that's why I decided to do that, to save the project pretty much. Because I don't think without a utility, these blockchain stuff, come on, especially small cap, man. Let's think 90% are going to go down. They're all going to fail. It's the owners who allow it to fail by stop developing the project. So it's not whether you crash down. That red candle don't mean shit. What means shit is that the owner steps up and does something to make it better. You keep developing instead of going to your next project because that's so easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. So for those of you who may be unfamiliar with LockPay, Michael started LockPay and he created the ADM, right? The anti-dump mechanism. And so that just took off and just skyrocketed. I don't know what you guys did on launch. It was some crazy percentage. And then people found a way to exploit the ADM and it crashed.
Really, they didn't find a way to exploit. They just got scared of the bear-like market. They were willing to pay a huge transfer fee, paid huge amount of tax, idiots, but they were willing to do it. It wasn't an exploit. It was fear in the market. If it was a bull market, I don't think as many people would have paid the huge tax on the transfers. You call that an exploit if you want. I actually don't see that as an exploit. We could have left it the way it was, but it still would have failed because you can't just have, a coin without utility today.
Yeah.
A coin without utility is eventually going to fail. I believe that.
Well, and then you launched V2 and you changed some of the things so that people couldn't do what they did before. But then obviously, as you have talked about, and we've talked about many times, especially these reward coins or rebase coins, they've got to have something behind it, right? They've got to have utility, which really turns it into a business. So I want to mention something about trading, and I think it's great that you decided to have a utility that is linked to trading, especially teaching and trading, because what a lot of people won't know about you is I know I've known you for a long time, and your brain is just very analytical. You're able to make decisions without emotion involved, which is good for trading. And the first month you got into Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, the first month you just got into trading, I think you made like $100,000 profit, right?
120,000. That's when I got hooked. I said, shit, this is easy. You should go into coaching business, or do other kind of like business so hard. Now I've got capital, so people might say that, but what we're talking about is not the 120,000. We're talking about making, 5 to 100% ROI a month as a trader. Come on, that's a huge amount of like money. Being a great trader is the most valuable freaking skill in the world. That's it. Why not? Right? And it's not as hard as people think, but it's not as easy as they think either. So it helps
Yeah,
to have a coach, right? You know about coaching. Why,
of course.
if I'm an expert at like something, I'm an expert because I invested my time, my money, my effort, my like energy. And I don't do anything else. I decided to become an expert in like training, James. I spent 8 to 10 hours a day just studying it every day for years. Okay. So that's how I became great at it, because I believe in mastery. There's a lot of idiots out there trading crypto, don't know what they're doing, and they're losing like money. Isn't it better? Like if you work a job, you're doing your own like business, it's better to have a crypto coach who's telling you what they're doing and you model them. Don't reinvent the wheel. That's just stupid, right? It's better to find people who've done it before you, who know what they're doing. That's their job, right? Like, so
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people can say they're a great trader, but you went into a Bybit competition, a trading competition with 20,000 people, and you finished like 64th. And so, that's just evidence that you're good at what you're doing. And so let's now talk about pay to trade, because pay to trade is a revenue generating utility for LockPay. And so let's talk a little bit about what it is. And I can bring up the website here as well.
and we just launched it. I mean, we have just like launched it. We didn't like market it to anybody yet, but yeah, it's basically you pay a monthly fee, which we'll talk about after, which is quite small, given that I was paid over 100. You know that, James. I was paid over $100,000 to coach executives to grow their business, and I had this inner circle program. They all pay me $10,000, right? Coaching fee. And I had hundreds of those people, right? Hundreds and hundreds of them. So I made millions of dollars there. But I said, let me make a coaching program that is so cheap, you'd have to be an idiot not to take it. Right? So because it's so cheap. And of course, because I'm a high paid coach and I have the skill of a trader, we came up with an irresistible offer that is quite incredible. Now, again, I think some people can trade without a coach, but most people can't. They're going to make unnecessary mistakes that they would not make if they had a mentor. And every smart person that's worked with me, we're talking doctors, lawyers, the most PhDs, professors, you, James, right? You, James, come to me and ask me how to trade. You're smart. You're in that category of the top 1% of individuals who are clever enough to understand that without a coach, you're screwed. You're probably going to make mistakes that will cost you money. Why would you want to do that? So this is what pay to trade is you pay to trade with a coach, and I'm the coach. And, not to boast my own horns, but I'm pretty fucking good at what I do. Okay.
Definitely. And it's true. I've learned a ton from you from a trading perspective, even charts. I think the charts scare people because they're not sure how to read them and all of that. But for sure, so many people lose so much money in crypto because they don't use fundamentals, which you talk about in pay to trade. So.
And it's not their fault. They just don't have the time. Like most people's jobs, not like they wake up, they trade, they like study to trade. They don't have time to do that. Right? If you're going to go to 9 to 5 job, or you have your own business, even worse, you're working so many hours. And let's say you're saving 50% of your like income, which is what I did when I was doing well. That's how I became rich. But you don't have time to trade. That's the problem. So the solution is pay to trade.
Yeah, I love it. So let's talk a little bit through what pay to trade, when somebody joins pay to trade. So let's talk a little bit about that in terms of what it looks like, what's inside.
For sure. I mean, it's basically a Telegram group. that I send videos to mostly. And when I want to send a quick message, I send an image with text. But it's telling you when I buy, when I sell, what I'm buying, which altcoins have the most potential. We just shared an altcoin with a 200x potential only to our members. Nobody else gets it. So why do I know about that coin? Because that's my job. I wake up, I study, I research, I do Muay Thai as well. So, I start doing a lot of that because I love it. And, trading is so easy now. So I don't need all day. So I go train, do like some like Muay Thai, 2 hours a day. And then I come back and I do like trading. Actually, probably have to sleep half an hour after that because Muay Thai is so crazy. Like these guys are the best fighters in the world, by far. And all your body hurts. So you need to rest after. But for most part, that's all I do is this.
Yeah. There's a lot of groups. Obviously, there's a lot of groups online, and some, that are helping people invest, and some people who are really solid at giving advice and stuff. But I think you're in a category that
I bought them all, by the way. All these groups that you're probably talking about, I took my credit card out. I took my crypto. I sent their payment, and I made the transaction because yes, it made sense. And there's some good ones out there, but nobody's doing what I'm doing. No one.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think you're in just another league that only a few people are in terms of just how you think. And I think part of that is just, well, it's a combination of how your brain works anyways, and then your history in business. Excuse me. I mean, you've spent 20 plus years just running successful businesses, and so you think in a certain way. So even though I've learned a lot, I know that for me, I will look at your advice and I will follow it, and it makes me money. So at the end of the day, that's what I do, because like you said, I don't have time. I don't have time to put 8 to 10 hours into learning all these different things about different cryptos out there. I'm a busy person. So I can pay you, and then you do the research for me, and then I make money. It's all good.
It's all win-win for everybody, right? I mean, there's a lot of people who make money in crypto, and this, James, because we're developers, but a lot of people don't know this, that people who make money in crypto get sponsors to tell you what to buy, but they were paid 10, 20, 50 grand in some case. I'm not going to say who, BitBoy Crypto. Anyway, that guy has been accused of being a scammer because he'll tell you buy that coin, and he got paid 50 grand, and then it goes to zero, and then he'll delete the video. What an idiot. Why would you want to follow guys like him where he's being paid to tell you what to buy? We don't do none of that shit. When you come and you are in our group, I don't recommend anything. No one can come and pay me to tell you what to buy. No one. Barnett will never do that. That is our policy, and that is the right thing to do. I don't care if somebody comes and say, I'll pay you 50 grand to share this coin. We're not going to do that because it's so unethical, because it's all just a big scam at the end of the day. If somebody can just pay you and you're going to tell them what to buy, and then it goes to zero. Well, great job. You're not a trustworthy advisor in that case, are you, if you're doing that? Sorry, but I'm not a big fan of BitBoy Crypto or anybody else like that, because they're all getting paid huge amount of money. And a lot of times I see these guys, they're not called a top. Why can't they call the top if they're so good? I called the top both times. And, so anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm not here to attack him, but people need to be smart. They don't know that these YouTubers in crypto, they're being paid huge amount of fees for reviews. And as a result, they're advising you the crypto that they themselves don't buy.
Yeah, I think that's important for investors to know. When you watch a YouTube video and someone's reviewing a coin, most times they're being paid to do that. How do we know? Because we've done that. We've paid people to review coins and things like that. And a little bit behind the scenes, there's people who, if you pay them a little bit extra, they'll be like, I'll be positive, right? So think about that.
Sure.
That's the industry that we're living in. Pay a little bit more and I'll be positive. We've seen that even on AMAs where people give their AMA packages, and like the highest tier is like, hey, I'll be like a fan, like I'll pretend I like your project, and you're like, and then I found out this the other day. We've often wondered about CMC, coin market cap. Can you buy your way into CMC? Because some people say, oh yeah, I have somebody on the inside, and I've always doubted that. But this week, I have a trusted friend who I do trust, and they told me, yes, they do have a person inside CMC that they pay to
There you
fast track.
go.
So I was like, that was a confirmation for me. So it's a dirty industry in that way
When you
that
got to pay
anything can
like
be
10
bought.
grand, right, to get it. and,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's good that you have an inside source, actually, because a lot of time people will charge the fee, just submit the application without that inside source. So then
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
very confusing as a like developer what to do, because you don't know who's telling the truth. There's so much liars out there, right? It's like, where are the honest people? It's just far few, like, between on the crypto world. Like if you compare the crypto world to the coaching world, I mean, it's night and day, man. We are in the coaching world, like life coaching, business like coaching. We're dealing with business people. There's no, none of that trickery stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can sponsor Michael. I'll pay you 20,000, do a review of my coaching. That's not done. I didn't have to pay Brian Tracy, to give me an endorsement. He did it because he believed in me. You understand? Like, no transaction there. There was. But in the crypto world, there's so much of that stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So let's talk a little bit about, with pay to trade, basically, let's talk a little bit about actually how it helps LockPay. Because again, LockPay is a rebase token that gives rewards to people. It has an ADM, has a bunch of cool things with it. But now pay to trade comes in as a paid utility. It's again, so for people who maybe don't understand, anytime you launch a project, you need to bring money into the project. And so everyone does that with new investors. That's why people want you to do marketing. So you're bringing in new investors. That drives the price up. But at some point, it becomes harder to bring new investors in, especially in the crypto world, because everyone knows you got to get in early. Well, what if it's not early anymore? You have to find other ways to bring revenue in. And so you do that with utility. But the utility has got to be something that generates money for the protocol, right? Not just, I don't know, there's a bunch of NFTs that looks cool, but actually doesn't help your coin, your token. So how does pay to trade help LockPay?
Listen, most utilities, in my opinion, is bullshit, because they have a utility, they make money from it, but they're putting no amount back into it. I don't want to criticize some of the, I know many of the coins, because I buy it and then I research it and find out that, oh yeah, we're not putting anything into the coin. With pay to trade utility, 80% of all the profits is put back into LockPay. We buy, right? And so not many people are putting 80% of their profits of their income that they create from the business of the utility back into the token. So this is rare, very rare. So I think you have to look at that as a business model. Like, let's say we generate 50,000 a month from this pay to trade, which is not an unreasonable goal. It might be a challenging goal. At least we don't know how long it's going to take there. I think we can definitely get there. No problem, because it's a great service. We have a great referral like program. Maybe we can talk about that. We give people our affiliates amazing percentage. But the crazy thing is we're putting 80% of the profits back. Why am I doing that? Because I don't need the money. I don't need the money as because I make money as a trader. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a professional trader. I trade crypto. I buy like crypto. That's my job. So the money that is being put back into LockPay is to pump the price of LockPay up, right? So as we get the monthly, and people doing monthly membership, which means every month we're putting cash into the liquidity. So when that gets big, right? When it gets really big, it's a no-brainer that will pump. And we all know this, if we're smart, that Bitcoin has dropped 75% down at 17K. and it's might already be at the bottom unless it goes down a little bit more because the average bear market is 85%. So if we go down more, we all know now is time to buy. And idiots buy the top and sell the bottom. And that's just not how you need to trade. You need to understand now's the time to buy. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't bought anything, make yourself a favor, go to the pay to trade and buy my subscription, only $50, right, per month, and you'll know what to do next. And you won't make the mistake of not buying. Because if you're not buying right now, you're already made that mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the pay to trade memberships. I have it up on the screen here. You've got a monthly price, a yearly price, and a lifetime option, which is cool.
I do. Yeah. And we modeled the most successful platform out there on the internet today, and that's what they have. So how I came up with the $50, because one of the most successful internet guys, I'm not going to say who, but they came up with a 50 a month, and that seemed to work well for them. So we said, let's do the same thing. Let's not reinvent the wheel. I could have easily charged $500 a month, right? But we said, okay, then my community in LockPay is going to be like, wow, why are you making it $500 a month? I can't afford that. Even $50 a month. They say, oh, it's too expensive. You should make it $10 a month. Hey, screw you, man. I'm not going to make it $10 a month. $50 a month is so cheap already. If you can't afford that, then you're not ready to trade. Go get a job, go start your business, save your money. When you got at least $1,000, come back to me, buy the $50 thing, and I'll show you how to turn your 1,000 into millions eventually. Okay. Until then, go get a job. No offense.
Hey, listen, it's easy to lose 50 BUSD in crypto these days.
That's so
Just go on a launch with I don't know, Pink Sale or somebody. Like everything crashes so quickly. So it's easy to lose 50 BUSD.
Absolutely.
But being a member of Pay to Trade, you're going to learn how to not lose 50 BUSD. More importantly, how to make more. One of the things I like that you're doing in Pay to Trade is you're breaking it down for people by amount. Like in other words, you're telling people, look, if you only have $1,000 to use for trading, then do this. But hey, if you've got more, this, then do this. And so it's very specific for, basically, I want to say income levels, but trading amount levels.
Yeah, because somebody's got $1,000 shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin's too expensive for them. So I have a different plan for each income, like between 1 and 10, 10 and 100, and 100 to like $1 million. And I'm sure many people in that category come and see me as well, because they like to have mentors as well, right? Especially because if they can make 5 to 100 to a 2x every month, that's serious money for them. And they like the way I think. They like the way I think because that's what we're paid to do. We're paid to think. And I'm good at thinking. That's my job. That's your job, whether you know it or not. That's all of our job. We got to think. Thoughts equal money. You are paid to think. That is the highest income job in the world. So when you're paid to think, you better be good at it, right? So anyway, I think some people are not good at it, but the way you get good at it is you spend time. Like you got to have friends that are good at that, right? Like all my friends, James included, we're all great at thinking. That is all what we're great at. And that's what we're paid for the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to talk a little bit about, there's another way for people to make money, and that's actually by as an affiliate. In other words, if they find a friend who signs up to Pay to Trade, you're paying out a ton of money actually for that. I was really surprised to hear that. So you want to talk a little bit about your affiliate?
There's 3 ways to make like money. If you got $1,000, you're going to buy the Pay to Trade $50 or $500 or the lifetime. That's up to you. That's the first thing you should do. Second thing is going to buy LockPay, because LockPay is going to pump with this utility. The third way is you become an affiliate and promote this program. Now we're about to launch how to make money with the affiliate program. We allow people to take our content, whether it's YouTube or anything I do. You can take my content, you can repackage it, put your affiliate link, and we're going to give you 50% on the first month and 30% residual income on the subscription after that. It's serious money for the person who understands what I'm giving you. This is a great opportunity to make serious amount of money. So for sure, 3 ways. Those are the 3 ways to make money. It's not for everybody, But for the people who are serious about like making money, then it makes sense to spend time with multimillionaires and people who have done it, who are doing it. And trading is by far the most valuable skill. It's you got like sales, right, who make money, and that's good. Salespeople make money because they sell things. Okay, great. Now what? Now you're a good salesman. You're a good sales girl. Now what do? You go to the next level. You start your own business. Only salespeople can start their own like business. If you're not a salesperson, you can't start your own business. You have to partner with somebody who's a sales like person. Yeah. So now you become a business person. Great. Now you don't have that income like ceiling. You can make a lot more if you got a unique product, right? If you're good at it, and then you grow your like business. But the next level after becoming an entrepreneur is you become an investor. So that's why I'm saying, like, if I could go back in time, right, the first thing I would do is master the investment. I wouldn't wait for mastering sales, for mastering business, because money compounded over time grows like crazy. So the biggest mistake people make about like money is they think, no, I got to get good at sales. No, I got to be a great entrepreneur. Even though they got like $10,000 in their bank account just sitting there not doing shit. That's just stupid. Sign up for the $50. Let me show you how to turn that 10,000 to 100,000 to 1,000,000. And I'm not exaggerating, okay? I'm telling you exactly what you can do by following my program. How's that?
And just to do some math here, let's say so if someone out there refers a friend and they join Pay to Trade, the first month, Pay to Trade is going to give you $25 for that. And then every month they're going to give you 30%.
That's right.
Over time, let's say you have 10 friends that join Pay to Trade, 10 friends, think about that. Only 10 friends, people that you know, trust you, and they join Pay to Trade. You're going to be making $1,600 a month or a year, $1,600 a year in just for doing nothing. $1,600 a year. That's pretty cool. If I did my math right.
And that's all I do. I don't have any other like service. I want to do one thing and I want to do very well. And that's what it is. It's the Pay to Trade. So we make content every day for you, every day. Maybe not on Sundays, but at least 6 times a week. We're guiding you on how to make money with crypto, serious money, right? So I think it's a no-brainer, you know. But what do I know? I'm just a multimillionaire.
Well, again, I love the utility. I love the fact that you are not trying to, we see so many projects out there and they have these roadmaps of, these mega proportions. And I think now people look at that and they're like, okay, there's no way that you're doing all of that. There's just no way. Keep in mind, 92% of tokens fail. Don't make it a year. I mean, that's an incredible stat. Think about that for a moment. Would you invest?
Is that the exact stat? 92%. That's
92%. That's before this crash. 92%. So you're always trying to be in the top 8%. Okay. So think about that. Like if you were going into any kind of business where 92% of the businesses, let's say you're going to be a plumber and 92% of plumbing companies fail, you would probably think twice about getting into plumbing. But yet we don't have that same view with crypto. We just run in with all this blind ambition to think, oh, I'm gonna get rich, or I'm gonna make this moonshot. Well, when it comes to altcoins, just remember 92% don't make it past a year. So wouldn't it be good to educate yourself and learn some of these fundamentals so that you can make better decisions? It's a numbers game, right? The more you learn, the more you master, the better decisions that you're going to make. It really comes down to that. And also
people are just stupid. That's it. Let's just say what it is. People are stupid. They put no thought into it. They're going to take their hard-earned money that they use their energy. They go to work, they work their ass off, they got money, and they put it into a stupid project with a leader that doesn't care shit about them. And then they lose everything and it goes like zero. And then they say, I got scammed. You didn't get scammed. You were just stupid. Why did you put your money in that project?
True. I know I'm guilty before of like just investing in something that I didn't do my research for. And it always hurts me in the end. I always lose on those projects, right? Or like something comes out on CMC. And so you think, oh, I'm going to invest in the pump. And like, it just backfires 9 out of 10 times. So again, like anything, it comes back to fundamentals, which is what you're going to teach in Pay to Trade. I did want to mention, I want to go back to what you said earlier, when you talked about projects, how there are a lot of great projects out there that actually will still fail. and partly just due to the market, right? The market, and they won't survive. It's like when you're in your neighborhood and you see a cool restaurant start up and then like 8 months later it's closed. And it doesn't necessarily mean because the food was bad or something else. It might have just been a cash flow thing. Like, in other words, they just ran out of cash. They didn't survive the pandemic. And even though they're amazing people with amazing food, they just couldn't make it. Well, tokens are very similar. We don't think of it like this way, but a token, a coin, is a business. It needs money to come in for the marketing. And when that money is not coming in anymore, then there's a decision point for the dev team. They abandon ship or they stay with it. And that's what I love that you do with LockPay. I mean, that you're in this for the long haul. Of course, you know, we're doing that at Trust Launch, at SafeJet. And that's why I tell people, like, look, part of you thinking of what projects to invest in is also researching the ownership team, the dev team, their experience, their character. That's such a huge thing.
Well, I'm not in it for the lifetime. I put a 2-year commitment until the end of 2024. Let's see how it goes after that. But until then, everybody can be sure that I will put my full effort and my intelligence to make this coin, this project, this utility the best it can possibly be. And that's the commitment I made, so that people can bank on that. But they don't bank on that. You go somewhere else. What do I care?
You know, marriage should be like that. When you get married, it's like a 5-year term, you know, and are we going to renew in 5 years or not? I think that would actually help marriages be better.
I told my wife to say, can you make a lifetime? I said, can I make 10 years? She was not happy about that. Not happy about that at all. I said, listen, I live my life one day at a time, you know, one day at a time is enough for me. You know, even the old book says that, right? You gotta don't worry about tomorrow, right? You gotta live one. How is it said? Like, there's enough worries in one day than to have to worry about tomorrow. That's what it is, right? So I agree with that.
And by the way, so what we're going to do is we're going to give away one membership for 1 month to Pay to Trade. And now, if you already signed up for Pay to Trade, then what we'll do is we'll extend that a month. I hope that's okay, Michael. I'm just making that decision for you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can do that very easily.
Yeah,
Austin
exactly. So we're going to go ahead and do one random draw for people who are on the AMA, and for one lucky winner, you're going to get 1 month of Pay to Trade, and I'm confident you'll see the value in that, and you'll continue on. So I'm in Pay to Trade, and I watch the videos, and I learn, and it's even helped me to think of some of the tokens that I was not in, to think of investing in. Also, some of the tokens I probably shouldn't be in. So it's been a great benefit, I think, for me already. So that's fantastic.
All right.
Excellent. Anything else that you want to give us an update on Pay to Trade, LockPay?
Everything is very simple, right? If you got $1,000, you got no reason, not to turn that into $1 million. If you don't got $1,000, then become one of our affiliates. Go get a job. Go do something, because you need $1,000 to start. $100, $200. It's like, listen, that's not money, right? That's pocket change. You need to get at least 1,000. So I don't know where everybody is in your group, but if you got 1,000, check it out.
Well, I think that you bring up a good point too. Some people view trading, or they think, well, I don't have much money to trade. And so then they think, well, if I only had more money to trade, but that's actually a wrong way to think about it.
You just need 1,000 to get started. Listen, what I said, if you mark what I said you can make 5% to 100% per month. Listen, how much is that? Well, if you have $1,000, that's $50 to $1,000 a month. Hello.
Yeah. And the key is not to live off that, right? If to have that 1,000 and just that's money that's going to put to work for you, as if you're investing it in anything, right?
I live off my money that I make, but the money I make every month, the money I pay myself, is less than 10% of my total earning ROI from my capital. Yeah. So I can do that because I'm already rich. Now, if you're not rich and you only got $1,000, yeah, you should be living off your crypto. Yeah, wait till you got a few 100,000 to do that at least. I didn't live off my crypto until at least I had, yeah, okay, you could do it for about $250,000. Okay, you could live off like crypto. Again, I got 4 kids. It depends how many kids you have. If you have no kids, you just by yourself. Hey, you don't need that much. $100,000, you could live off like crypto because you'd be making 5,000 to 100,000, right? Now, it probably wouldn't be exactly like that because it depends if you're willing to go all in on the investment opportunity. Because a lot of times we don't go all in, we only go 50% in, and then you only make 50% of that, right? But yeah, because sometimes it does not make sense to go all in because of the risk that you're taking, and that's important to be said as well.
And speaking of risk, that's something that you've helped me a ton with your advice and what you'll learn in Pay to Trade. It's so much is about managing risk, right, and your risk tolerance, because that's such a key thing. And to do that, you've got to pull emotion out, right? You have to pull emotion out, both the fear of missing out and also greed and just fear in itself. So those emotions are damaging, definitely, for trading.
It's really all cool. About managing risk, James. Everything. Investment is all about understanding the risk that you're taking. If you don't understand that, how could you invest, right? You would not have the level of intelligence necessary to make the kind of money you want to make. If you don't, so as a trader, you need to understand risk management. That is the single most important lesson as a trader.
Yeah. And here's one more. If you need one more reason of why you should learn to trade, and you've wondered about the crypto market and it's down, and some people doom and gloom, is this the end of crypto? I pulled into a gas station the other day here in Colorado, and when I walked into the gas station, I saw this ATM, which we always see a bank machine in gas stations. But then I looked again, and it wasn't an ATM. It was a machine to buy crypto. I have never seen that before. You could go there with your credit card and log in and buy crypto. I'll post I took a photo of it.
I thought you were going to say, if you don't want to learn, if you want another reason to trade crypto, here's one. If you don't learn, you could go work at the gas station.
That's true. That is true.
To pump her gas, man. That's what I thought you were going to say. I was waiting for it.
No, my point is even better. My point is even better. My point is that crypto is still at its adoption stages, and all the prices we're seeing now. I mean, 5 years. I think. Do your own research, but I think 5 years from now, people will look back to this time and go, "I wish I'd have got into crypto.
Oh,
I wish I'd have got in." So if you're watching this, you're in crypto, but listen, learn to do it correctly, and that's why. Here I am like promoting Pay to Trade, but only because I do believe in it so much.
I'm not even like promoting. I'm just telling you the fact, right? There has never been a better time getting into crypto than today, bar none. Today's the day. If you don't see that, that's why you better check it out. But you don't have to. You could always go work at a gas station.
That's so harsh.
We don't know who's like watching, right? But I'm sure, James, there are some people watching this, and that will be their choice. Let's be honest. There are some, I don't know who's like watching, but there could be some people who they don't have a choice. They have to get a job. Maybe they have to work at McDonald's or like gas station. Listen, if we're talking, you only have $1,000. What the hell are your options? Now, if you got 10,000, okay, so you're like a level up. If you don't have 100,000, then I'm sorry, you haven't made it yet. Okay, you're in the process of like making it. I'm not disrespecting the people who work at the gas station, but it's important to have an honest conversation. Because I've coached a lot of like people one-on-one, you know that, James. And a lot of time they just lie to themselves so much. Like, if you plan to be rich, what's your plan? Show me. Tell me. Could you convince me that you're going to be a millionaire within the next 2 years? I'd like to hear it. If you can't convince me, how the hell are you going to get there? Right? So it's all about having that honest conversation together. Not trying to insult the guy who works at a gas station. Nothing wrong with that. right? As long as you have a plan, not where you are, it's where you're going, right? So anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, it's nice you said that, because I think what people may not realize, they might look at you and think, oh, yeah, but you're this, you're that. But there was a time where you lived in your car because you were so broke. Like, if we go back in your history, like, nobody handed you a silver spoon. You had to work your way to where you are. And now all that intelligence, that wisdom, learning from your failures and your successes, you're putting into things like pay to trade. So I think it's fantastic what's
I
going on
worked
there.
at a golf course. I lived in my car. I had no like money. So I'm the guy who was working at a gas station. So says, screw you. I'm not going to stay here. But if I'm not going to stay here, I need a plan. I need something new, a new opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be there for the rest of my life. I remember thinking that when I was that guy at the gas station, okay, who was thinking, shit, like if I don't change, I could be here for the rest of my life. I'm just the messenger, right? You don't like to like messenger, find another guy, but that's who I am. Telling
Sure.
I'm talking right now. The guy who's got less than 1,000, between 10 like thousand. You need to turn your life around, right? You need to become a man of value, a man who's gonna hustle a little bit more. And to do that, there's a great opportunities, not just with me. There's opportunities everywhere. But after doing everything I've done in my life through my own experience, I'm telling you, being a trader, trading, investing in crypto, and the timing, now's your chance. There's never been a better time than now. That's the message I'm sending you. Hope that
For
resonates.
sure. For sure. And
Good
that's
night.
why we want to do it well. All right. Well, listen, we're going to let you go. We know you got your family. It's late at night over there in your part of the world. But hey, thanks for coming on to Trust Launch. Great to see what you guys are doing over at LockPay. Wish you all the best, certainly with Pay to Trade. Of course, I'm in the Pay to Trade group as just somebody who's there to learn myself, and it helps me make more money. So I appreciate the service that you guys are offering. And then I know that helps LockPay, which is awesome to have a paid utility.
Thank
All
you,
right.
James.
See you later.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that sit down with CEO Michael Bolduc of LockPay and now Pay to Trade. So again, if you want more information about Pay to Trade, then we'll post the links here in the site. But regardless of where you're going to learn from, you don't have to go to Pay to Trade. It's just I recommend it because I'm in it. But the whole thing is you've got to invest in your education, because that's going to shorten the curve, right, for you to get to where you want to go. Always learn from those who are further down the road than you, for certain. All right, everybody. So that's it for today's AMA. We've got another AMA tomorrow. We're going to post that in the group as well. And we'll just continue to bring projects on that we believe in, that we think are have trustworthy devs, and they've got a good solid fundamentals, and they've got a lot of potential. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'll post the links to that AMA coming up. All right, everybody, take care, and thanks for watching.